Hello and welcome to the Crypto Daily Update channel. Like and subscribe, links are in the description. Let's get on with today's news. So what we have for today is that Fidelity filed patents for both metaverse, trading, and NFTs. Now, I do believe that Fidelity is actually interested in getting all these markets. They plan to create their own metaverse for people to deal with like pensions, retirements, and finances. And they also not pretend, they also are going to target other metaverses with their kiosks. So you might see in some game a Fidelity desk where you can manage your finances. I don't really know how that actually makes sense, and we don't really know what metaverses Fidelity is going to target. Maybe like Sandbox, maybe some of the others. But they are looking at the metaverse as like kind of like I guess the next frontier in terms of like getting people to actually manage their finances. And they're probably looking at that as a pretty useful marketing tool to get new customers. So Fidelity definitely embracing the crypto world and the metaverse world for future benefit. No, not surprisingly. BlackRock will probably do the same because of competition. Solana is losing big projects, and I think this time it's because they can't really bid for them. Two of their biggest projects, NFT projects, Utes and Digod NFT collections, have left for Ethereum and Polygon. Now, we don't really know how much those chains paid for these projects, but it was believed to be on the order of about $5 million for these NFT projects. Obviously, Solana, with a lack of FTX help now because FTX went kaput, could not actually outbid Polygon and Ethereum and therefore lost those projects. So I think those projects asked for millions of dollars, which Solana could not actually come up with. And yet, both Ethereum and Polygon could because they are better funded now than Solana. So I think without the funding, it's going to be very hard for Solana to capture any big projects. And I do think Solana coin is slowly gonna fade into the abyss without that VC funding from FTX. So if you're interested in Solana, I would definitely hold back a little bit right now and look at other layer one chains that are better funded and that weren't really tied to FTX quite as much. The Mango Markets exploiter has actually been arrested. Now, he says he was doing what was perfectly legal, but they charged him with one account of commodities manipulation and one account of commodities fraud. But now what's important here is they didn't charge him with securities fraud or securities manipulation, and it had to do with cryptocurrencies. So in this case, they're looking at cryptocurrencies as commodities, and that's kind of a big takeaway too. So it's definitely not certain if they see these cryptos as commodities or securities. But either way, what this guy did is him and his team inflated the price of MNGO or Mango, and then they took out a lot of cryptocurrencies against that collateral, which caused the rest of the cryptocurrencies to actually go down in price during that because everyone was basically selling as they sold. So they made a lot of money from that, but people did lose a lot of their deposits because of this manipulation. He said it was all open market practices, but he might have been lying about that because he flew to Israel the next day. But the FBI caught him, and they are charging him with securities fraud. I mean, not securities fraud, commodities fraud and commodities manipulation. So Mango Markets guy has been arrested. I'm not really sure how the trial is going to come out. I'm not really sure how his argument of like, yes, it was shady, but it was legal versus it was illegal. I have a feeling that the judge is going to err on the side of illegal because things like that are generally illegal in the stock market. So I think they'll make the interpretations over to the crypto market. So the Justice Department is looking into the FTX hack, and they are kind of insinuating that it was an inside job. SBF himself actually said like he rounded it down to 8 people that could have done it, but he wasn't sure who. Probably wasn't Gary Wang or Carolyn Ellison. And I think SBF is going to face a whole lot of jail time if they trace it back to him, which is definitely possible. He could have been commanding someone else to do it. I think the FTX hack essentially I think Kraken kind of knew who it was, but maybe they didn't catch him or something. But the Justice Department, the one that can actually send you to criminal convictions, is actually looking into that. And I think they'll probably find the perpetrator sooner rather than later. And maybe like they'll get some of that money back because they need all the money back to repay the investors of the whole FTX debacle. But they are looking into that, and there are strong insinuations that it was indeed an inside job. And yeah, like basically one of the ex-employees or someone who had access to an ex-employee's computer. A former inmate has given SBF some advice for jail. He told him to shave his hair and basically not tell people that he's from the Stanford neighborhood. And he said SBF's type doesn't really get along that well in jail because jail is very testosterone filled. So I guess being like a soft boy vegan is not really going to be that popular in jail. And he says he needs to learn street and rap culture very fast, and it could actually save your life. Will SBF get special treatment in jail? Will he be held in a nicer portion of jail? We don't really know, but it is jail, so I don't think it can actually be that nice. I think some of the advice is actually pretty good. There was another guy that basically just advised him to hop bail and run. But since he's actually wearing an ankle tracker, I don't think there's much places he could actually go. He said, like, he could just like run to Dubai or something. But that would be fairly hard for Sam Bankman-Fried, and his parents would be on the hook for $250 million. So pretty good advice for SBF in jail. I wouldn't take the run and try to jump bail because that probably wouldn't work. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.